When people think of the Lalibela churches, they imagine one of the greatest architectural achievements in Africa. But what if Lalibela was only a small part of a much bigger story? Hidden across the highlands of Ethiopia are forgotten structures, ancient churches, caves, and ruins built by a powerful dynasty that ruled nearly 900 years ago. These are the lost architectural secrets of the Zagwe Dynasty, a civilization whose true legacy is still hidden in the mountains. Part 1. Who were the Zagwe? Voiceover. The Zagwe Dynasty ruled Ethiopia between the 12th and 13th centuries. They are most famous for building the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, but their influence went far beyond that. The rulers of this dynasty, including the legendary King Lalibela, were deeply religious and visionary builders. Their goal was not just to construct buildings, but to create a sacred landscape, a New Jerusalem, in Ethiopia. Part 2. Beyond Lalibela, hidden sites. While Lalibela receives global attention, many other Zagwe structures remain largely unknown. Across northern Ethiopia, especially in regions like Lasta, hidden architectural wonders still exist. These include rock-hewn churches carved into cliffs, cave monasteries hidden in mountains, ancient pathways connecting sacred sites. Some of these locations are so remote that they are rarely visited even today. Part 3. Cave churches and mountain architecture. One of the most fascinating aspects of Zagwe architecture is the use of natural landscapes. Instead of building upward, they carved into the earth. Churches were hidden inside mountains, protected from enemies, and designed to blend with nature. Sites like Yemrehanna Krestos Church show incredible craftsmanship, built inside a cave using stone and wood. These structures demonstrate advanced engineering and deep spiritual symbolism. Part 4. Unique architectural style. The Zagwe builders used a combination of techniques: rock carving, stone construction, wood framing. Their architecture reflects influences from Aksumite traditions, but also introduces new innovations. Unlike other civilizations, they created buildings that were both hidden and sacred, designed not for display, but for spiritual experience. Part 5. Why these structures are forgotten. Why are these incredible structures not widely known? There are several reasons: remote and difficult locations, limited documentation, focus on Lalibela overshadowing other sites. Over time, many structures were abandoned, some were damaged, others remain undiscovered. Part 6. Rediscovery and importance. Today, historians and archaeologists are beginning to rediscover these lost sites. They are realizing that the Zagwe Dynasty's architectural achievements were far more extensive than previously thought. These structures are not just buildings, they are part of a larger cultural and spiritual network. Conclusion. The lost architecture of the Zagwe Dynasty reminds us that history is never complete. Beyond the famous churches of Lalibela lies a hidden world of innovation, faith, and creativity, a world carved into mountains, protected by time, and waiting to be rediscovered. Perhaps the greatest wonders of Ethiopia are not the ones we see, but the ones still hidden. As we come to the end of this journey, one truth becomes undeniable: the architectural legacy of the Zagwe Dynasty goes far beyond what the world knows today. While the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela have captured global attention, they represent only a fraction of a much larger and deeper story. Hidden across the Ethiopian highlands are structures that reflect not just engineering brilliance, but a powerful vision of faith, identity, and sacred space too. The hidden network of sacred architecture. These buildings were not created in isolation. They were part of a vast and interconnected sacred network, stretching across mountains, valleys, and remote landscapes. Sites like Yemrehanna Krestos Church, hidden within a cave, and Nikuto Lib Monastery, built into natural rock formations, show that Zagwe architecture was deeply connected to nature. These were not just places of worship, they were spiritual environments, carefully designed to inspire devotion and protect sacred traditions. 3. Engineering without modern. What makes these structures even more remarkable is how they were built without modern machinery, without advanced tools. The builders of the Zagwe-era carved entire churches out of solid rock, constructed buildings inside caves, and created pathways through mountains. Structures like Janit Mariam Church reveal early experimentation with rock-cut architecture, a step toward the masterpieces we see in Lalibela. This was not accidental. It was the result of careful planning, skill, and a deep understanding of both materials and environment. Why so much was forgotten, and yet despite their brilliance, many of these architectural wonders remain unknown. Over time, history shifted. The focus moved almost entirely to Lalibela, leaving other sites in the shadows. Remote locations, lack of documentation, and the passage of centuries allowed these structures to fade from global memory. Some were abandoned, some were hidden, others still remain undiscovered, waiting silently in the mountains. Rediscovery and modern importance. Today, historians, archaeologists, and travelers are beginning to rediscover these lost sites. They are realizing that the Zagwe Dynasty created far more than a single architectural wonder. They built an entire cultural landscape, one that tells a story of innovation, resilience, and deep spiritual purpose. Places like Yemrehanna Monastery remind us that these structures are not just relics of the past. They are living symbols of identity and heritage.